give us a run for our money in the Dubai World Cup.
And they're up.
Laurel Park then will be underway quite soon today. It's been wet there, so the ground is sloppy. We start off with the claiming races. Race 8 is a maiden special weight. The big race today is an allowance optional claimer. First race then at Laurel Park is very imminent now, 4:35. Now, quite a few non-runners here. In the first race, we take out number 1 and 4. In the 5:31, number 4 is out. In the next race, take out the 6. 7:25, number 2. And then in the 7:55 race, the non-runners there are numbers 1 and 2. A few more to come. Perhaps there are some jockey changes here. Victor Carrasco, the apprentice jockey, rides number 2, Grammy Pat. J.D. Acosta is on board number 3, in the 5:03 that is. In the 5:31, number 1, Nick Juarez. Same jockey on board number 5 in the 6:28. And Octavio Vergara Jr., I think that is on board number 10, Hard Rock Delight. So that's a Laurel Park coming a little later, but Gulfstream will come first. And it's going to be the second race at Gulfstream Park now. Runners cantering down. I'll take out the non-runners here, numbers 6 and 12. So number 2, Seal Cove, is the 5-2 chance. It's 7-2 Hampstead Heath, 5-1 Under Control. And then we've got Padilla at amounts of 6-1. And Bambazonki is at 7-1. Those are the front 5 in the betting. And it's at 10-1 bar those. Gulfstream Park 4:27 is coming away. It's runners are going down for this race. We're right on this time of the race. They're not going to be off quite on time yet. But number 2, Seal Cove, is at 5-2. Hampstead Heath is at 7-2. Under Control at 5s. Padilla 6-1. Bambazonki at 7-1. and it is at 10-1 bar those. So 10 runners go here in Gulfstream Park's second race. We're going to be on the turf. Obviously they're going down on the dirt track, but they will switch onto the turf here for a mile and a 16th. It's an allowance optional claiming races, all good races tonight on the Florida Derby card. You can see there'll be a decent sized crowd in today for sure. Number 2, Seal Cove, heads the betting here. A 6-year-old gelding. He's trained by Shug McGahey, who's not been setting the turf alight this meeting, but he has been racing at a 19% strike rate. Castellano is on board the favourite here, so again, very strong combination here, and a very good animal as well. Number 2, Seal Cove. He's won 6 of 12 starts, so he's certainly been running pretty well. Last time, though, not so good. It was only 8th on that occasion, but he remains the 5-2 market leader here. Hampstead Heath, no changes, still at 7-2. Under control at 5s. Padilla 6-1, and Bambazonki at 7-1. It is 10-1 bar those. So Seal Cove, a good run, just as I say, a little bit below form last time, but do bear in mind that that last run was his first since July, so I guess we can probably excuse him that. He did have to come 6 wide on the bend as well, so bear in mind he's only beaten just under 5 lengths. Lengthy absence, not the best of runs. That probably wasn't as bad as the initial 8th placing might have led you to believe. The second choice here as they go onto the turf course now is number 8, and that is Hampstead Heath. He's got a big chance here. He's won 3 and been placed a further 8 times from 14 starts. Luis Contreras is riding here for the Brian Lynch stable, and this 5-year-old grey gelding. He also was a little bit below form last time, but that was in a Grade 3 race, the Canadian Turf Handicap here at Gulfstream Park. He is, though, a Canadian-based horse, and he was running at Woodbine through last season with a fair degree of success. He was a winner at Woodbine back in May and ran placed on a couple of other races as well. So Hampstead Heath is the second choice in the betting here. The Canadian galloper having his second start here at this Gulfstream Park meeting. And he's been backed a bit now, and he's 7-2 into 3-1. That's the only market mover. Number 8, Hampstead Heath, 7-2 into 3-1. Horse number 10, Under Control, is a Brazilian-bred runner. Alan Garcia riding for the Graham Motion stable. So this time last year, of course, Graham Motion was the trainer of the Dubai World Cup winner. Very, very consistent horse, Under Control, rarely out of the frame. 10 starts, 3 wins and 5 places, and last time was beaten a couple of lengths at the Delaware track in a fairly decent allowance contest there, and before that had been running at Churchill Downs, but a long time off the track for Under Control. He's only run once since last May, so Under Control really does need to step up to his best form on this first start for a while. You can see at the bottom of your screens there the betting scrolling through for the first race at Laurel Park, where we're of course sharing coverage tonight with Gulfstream on the American racing coverage. But they are going on to the turf track now, so they'll be loading very quickly for Gulfstream Park's second race. And the market leader here is Seal Cove, who's bidding for his 7th win from 13 starts. The Shug McGahey stable, and Castellano, the meets leading rider here at Gulfstream Park, is on board Seal Cove. A little bit below form last time, as you said, but it was his first run for about 7 months, and he did not get the cleanest of runs in that race. So they're loading now. Seal Cove at 5-2. Hampstead Heath has been well backed into 3-1, and the third choice in the market is the Brazilian-bred Under Control, running for just the second time though since last May. Laurel Park due off in about 4 minutes time or so, but there's only 2 or 3 more to load here at Gulfstream Park. After this it'll be Laurel, and then back to Kempton of course for the 4:40 race. Last call for bets done at Gulfstream Park. Runners loading quickly. Laddie Colmus is our commentator for the second race today on the Florida Derby undercard.
And they're all in line. They're off. Honorable Dylan and Padilla out for the lead together. Bambazonki between those two, and Hard Enough is a part of the pace on the far outside. And then it's Quick Wit, followed down at the rail by Seal Cove. Money Talker is right there in company with Hampstead Heath as they move into the turn. Second last early is Under Control, while Clear Attempt sits well out of it in the early stages here. A good 16 lengths off the lead as they make their way to the backstretch, where it's Padilla and Hard Enough together up front through a 23-1 opening quarter mile. 5 lengths to the good of Bambazonki, and then it's Honorable Dylan fourth, followed by Seal Cove, Money Talker, Hampstead Heath on the outside, lined up 4 lengths ahead of Quick Wit and Under Control. Clear Attempt is still way behind, but the pace is hot. They went 45-1 for the first half mile. Padilla and Joel Rosario lead the charge into the far turn. A length to the good of Hard Enough and Bambazonki. And now the pack is closing in. Honorable Dylan's going 3 wide. Hampstead Heath 4 deep. Seal Cove in behind them. And then comes Money Talker, followed by Quick Wit, Under Control, and Clear Attempt. 3/4 in 109 flat. And Padilla will come to the top of the stretch in front. Padilla on the outside, Honorable Dylan on the attack, Quick Wit just in behind them, Hampstead Heath and Under Control on the far outside. Padilla keeps on battling for the front. Quick Wit runs up alongside these two. Quick Wit getting to Padilla. Padilla battles on. Padilla, Quick Wit did it over Padilla, Under Control, and Honorable Dylan.
And it was a win for number 9, Quick Wit. Corey Lannery riding here for the Dale Romans stable. So a Kentucky and Midwest feel. This horse has been running at Gulfstream Park. And I just wonder whether the winner does cause some interference here. Note the winner's in the yellow colours with the brown circle and the yellow cap. So he's got a bit of passing to do. And he's threading his way through the field, Quick Wit. And coming through that gap, the horse in second place here was number 4. That was Padilla. And as they race up towards the line, 9 and 4, stride for stride here. No interference in the closing stage. Could have been something a bit further out, but as they pass the post, here's another look at it. Quick Wit has to just move out, and the one on the rails just maybe has to snatch up there. Oh, there was some trouble there, but and that horse eventually pulls up. So we will keep you posted regarding that, but could be some interference there. The weather seems to be closing in here, doesn't it, at Laurel Park for our next race. This is the first race at Laurel Park today. The going is sloppy here, so the weather obviously has been wet over the past 24 hours or so. All 6 run, and number 1, Cooking Up a Storm, is a very warm favourite here at 1-3. It's at 7-1, then John Francis, 8-1 Imperial George, Lincoln Flyers at 12s, great matchup at 16-1, and number 6, Breaking Rocks, is at 20-1. So horses now at the starting gate here for this 4:35. It's a maiden claimer for 4-year-olds and upwards, going 7 furlongs, and as we say, features a very warm favourite here in the horse number 1, Cooking Up a Storm, 4-year-old Chestnut Gelding. Now, just to confirm at Gulfstream Park, there has been an objection lodged. So Gulfstream Park, objection lodged there. Going in quickly, though, here at Laurel Park, so do be quick with your bets here. Cooking Up a Storm is odds on. He's been competing in better company the last twice, and he's not been beaten too far. He has been second on both of those recent runs. Let's get across then for the call to Laurel Park as we pierce through the gloom there. Maybe just 1 or 2 more to load.
And Breaking Rocks. And they're off. Cooking Up a Storm and Great Matchup out first, right together there. And it is Cooking Up a Storm inside and outside is Great Matchup, who will match strides early. They've opened up 5 on John Francis, third Imperial George, and some distance now to Lincoln Flyer and Breaking Rocks are at the back of the pack. Great Matchup and Cooking Up a Storm is heavy favorite on the inside, head-to-head for the lead past the 5 ace. Shaking 6 clear, the sloppy going from John Francis, then Lincoln Flyer. Imperial George Breaking Rocks, 24 seconds. Contested was the opening quarter. It's Cooking Up a Storm just in front now from Great Matchup into the turn. John Francis is moving solidly from third position as they head for the turn. Lincoln Flyer also with a brisk move on the inside. Lincoln Flyer getting through to the inside. Lincoln Flyer getting through inside of Cooking Up a Storm is big favorite. And Lincoln Flyer has taken the lead from Cooking Up a Storm and John Francis in third. Breaking Rocks is now in fourth. They move to the top of the stretch after a 52 second half mile. They make the turn for home. Lincoln Flyer floating out a little bit wide. Cooking Up a Storm to the outside. Tenacious and coming back for more. Cooking Up a Storm to the center of the track now. Takes that lead again from Lincoln Flyer. Lincoln Flyer took the best stab at Cooking Up a Storm from the inside. But Cooking Up a Storm is in front as they're close to home and driven home by 3 lengths from Lincoln Flyer. Well back to John Francis. Cooking Up a Storm 1-5. Lincoln Flyer second, John Francis, it's close next, Breaking Rocks or Imperial George.
Number 1 then, Cooking Up a Storm, justifying heavy odds on favouritism, beating number 2 Lincoln Flyer into second place. 1 beat 2 at Laurel Park. Now back at Gulfstream Park there was an objection, didn't last long though, it was overruled quite quickly.